Hello, welcome back to
Hello.
another vlog. Today we are here in nature. Wow, beautiful.
Nature's gorgeous.
Haley's with us today.
Hello.
Unfortunately, the tanks are currently closed,
Mm-hmm.
so that sucks. We won't get
Very
to see
sad.
that part of nature today, but maybe another time. So you might ask, what are you guys doing out in nature? Well, we're here
Plants.
for one reason and one reason only, to rate some hostas. Again, it's alright.
Okay. We give it a 3
Um,
out of 10.
Flowers are a little bit droopy. The color, it's not really,
5 out of 10 if the flowers were not droopy, but alas.
I'm just not a fan of this color. It's just kind of boring. Flat, you might say. Dull.
Yes.
I give it 3. So right here we've got Diamond Lake. It's about the same color as the one before this.
Seems to have a more interesting shape.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of blue tones in it,
Yes.
which I appreciate.
Hence the diamond
But
lake.
this one's just, it's not doing so well. It's got a lot of rips and tears, so
Worn out.
It does have a flower coming out. I would give this one a 3 too. Right here we've got Golden Gate. I like this. I like the color. It's nice and bright. A lighter green, that's more my vibe.
A little bit of damage going on.
Yeah. Again, we've got the rips in here, so that'll probably take it down a point.
I'll give it
But
4 out of 10.
I give it 4.5 because I like the color. Over here we've got sapphire pillows. So this one's got a little bit more texture to it.
Of course.
And again, we've got that bluish tone in there, which I can appreciate. I'm not a big fan of this texture, but I do respect it. So I give it like a 4.5, 5 range.
I'm gonna have to give it a 3.5 because it says sapphire pillows, but it doesn't look like it could support my head.
Now we're getting into a little bit more exciting. We've got 2 tones on this hosta. This is called Dark Shadows. And we've got just this dark green with the light green outside, which I quite like. And it's very big.
It's quite menacing, if
yeah,
I might say.
it's a little chunky. I like it. I mean, it's not super special, but I do enjoy it. So I give it a 6.
I'll give it a 5.
And right here we've got a little smaller boy. This is Gold Edger, and I really appreciate just the cleanness of it. It's a nice bright green. All the leaves, there's very little damage here. So I really do like
Even
this
got a
hosta.
flower blooming here. Not quite ready yet, but on the way.
But this is probably my favorite so far. I
Oh,
would
yeah.
give this a 7.5.
I
at
give it a
least.
7. Very nice.
It's so large. This could probably support my head, to be honest.
Very nice hosta.
Yeah.
He's definitely winning this competition so far. Give him a 7.5.
I wouldn't go that far. I do respect him a lot, but he's not my favorite. I give it like a 6.5. Again, another smaller one. But with these smaller ones, you get a lot less damage to the leaves. It's just a cleaner look, and I do appreciate it. So I would give this 5.5. It's not super special. The color's not my favorite, but I appreciate it. How would you rate that one?
Very petite, cute. I do like the color, nice blue tones. So I give it 6.5.
Hoosier Dome right here.
Look at
And
that shape. Look at that
already,
texture.
I'm
It's
taking
incredible.
off some points because Indiana.
Oh, fair enough.
But it's quite large, as you can see. Here's my foot for comparison. It's definitely got more of a shape to it. Look at these curves. Wow. I mean, just for the curves, I have to give it at least a 6.
Also a 6 from me.
Little tiny boy, but we got lots of colors going on here. So I do appreciate that. I enjoy the colors, you know, and we've got some little flowers even coming up too. For a guy this small, he's got a lot going on for him. So I'll give it 6.5.
Very nice hosta. I do enjoy the color scheme we have going on there. Blends very nicely. I would give it a nice 6.5 as well.
This guy right here is called Climax. I'm really a fan of it. I mean, look at this vibrancy of these colors, the contrast, the light yellowy green on the outside. I really vibe with that.
It's very big. It has a presence.
Right.
You can just see it.
This one, I would have to go 8. I'm really a fan.
I'm not that big of a fan, but I do enjoy it, so I'm gonna go 7.
It's a little bit more wavy texture to this one. You've got a little bit of white on the outside to give it a little bit more contrast in the leaves. So I like the attention to detail there. Other than that, it's not super special, but I'll give it a 6.
There's some damage going on here. I just saw a bug run across from it, so that's gonna take off some points. I gotta give it a 5.
Look at those tiny, long leaves.
Sure lives up to its namesake.
Yes, but I wouldn't plant this in my yard. I'm gonna be honest. If we're going for just the straightforward rating, this one's really only a 4.
Not too much street appeal. I'm gonna also have to give it a 4.
Etched glass, and this one's interesting. Some of the leaves are two-tone and some just have the one green. Although I'm very much a fan of this two-tone right here. I have to say I'm a sucker for the yellowy green on the inside, but I'm just not sure what's really going on over here.
Too inconsistent. The
Yeah,
inconsistencies are throwing me off.
Right, I would have to go 4.5 just because the inconsistency. It's just not right. On here we've got a small little one. It's called Bright Lights. It's almost too bright to see. But it's a nice yellowish green with a little dark lining on the outside for contrast. So I do like that. But it is pretty small. So I'll go with a 6.
Little too small for my taste. Though it is cute, I must give it 5.5.
This one's called Sugar Plum, but like,
Where's
wait.
the rest of it?
Yeah. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it.
Very sparse.
Yeah.
Do not enjoy.
2. And elf. And it's very full. It's not sparse, but it is small. But the leaves they're small, but they're quite cute. They're a nice color.
Got that lime green going on.
It definitely would have its place in certain houses. So, I mean, I like it. I'll give it 6.5.
6.5. Very nice.
Called Mildred Seaver. The texture on some of these is just kind of not appealing.
Little lumpy, I might say.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it 5 rating.
I will give it 6.5.
We've got Rainforest, and this is a different shade of green than we're used to seeing. It's a little darker, a little richer, and you've got these waves along the outside of the leaves. I really like
the texture.
Yeah, I like the uniqueness. I'm gonna give this a 7.5.
I will also give it a 7.5. Very nice Hosta.
Stripped Naked.
Love the name.
Yeah, I mean, points for that. And I like the design ideas of the stripes. That's not something we see very often. And it's nice and full, it's big, you've got good texture going on there.
Only a little bit of damage, and I do see a spider web, so.
Yeah. But I like it. I'll give it a 7.
Yes.
So this is Paradigm. Not the biggest fan of the texture on this one. From far away, it just doesn't look too great, and you've got some debris around here. But I mean, the texture does make it slug resistant, so if that's something you're looking for, then you could go for this Hosta. The colors, I'm really a fan of. It's quite nice to have the contrast on the outside, the bright greens on the inside, and you even have some flowers coming up here.
You know, once
So-
it blooms, I could bring it up a couple points.
Yeah.
However, that's not the case right now.
With this Hosta, you win some, you lose some. But overall, I'll have to give it only a 6.5.
I'll give it a 6, but slug resistance is a nice feature.
Back here is Blue Visions. And I have to say, it's not really that blue. So maybe choose a slightly different name. You have a little bit of a blue tone in there, but I wouldn't say quite enough to name it after that. It's very big, very full. The leaves, enormous. I can appreciate that in a Hosta. But it's not my type. I'm gonna go 5.
I will also be going 5.
It's wide brim, and it looks the same as the other ones we saw. I mean, like, what's the difference?
I don't
5.
get it.
Over. And this leaf is a different shape than we've been seeing. It's a little pointier, a little bit longer.
It's got some waves to it.
Yeah, almost a bit of a triangular shape. And I have to say, I love a good isosceles triangle. This is gonna get a 6.5 from me.
Don't enjoy the color so much, gonna have to go down to a 6.
It's got very subtle light green stripes in it. And I like that. This is a nice color scheme we've got going on here. The stripes give it some more volume.
Of course. It's a nice full hosta, as you can see. The leaves may be a little smaller, but it makes up for it in total size.
Right. This is a very nice one.
Mm-hmm.
You can just appreciate all the little details that are in it. I'm gonna go 7.5.
I'll give it an 8.
Has spades, and I mean, those look like spades.
Mm-hmm.
I give it points for just having a good, accurate name.
As a card player, I do enjoy how it looks and how it feels.
See, it's got the texture, but it's still very like straight. It's still got structure. That is something that I really appreciate. You get the slug resistance, but you still get that nice, appealing look from the herb. This one, I'll go 7, just because it's not my favorite color, but
Agreed.
I do appreciate it. See, now this is a color that I like a lot.
Gorgeous yellow-green.
Yeah, and you've got the waves, you've got just longer leaves, you got
Slightly
structure.
pointier, too.
I mean,
Very nice.
it's got it
hosta.
all, really.
Great
8.5, I would have to say.
I would give it an 8.
Eat Donna.
Gotta say, great color scheme going on here.
Yeah.
You got that light green, not too light,
And
but
it kind of fades out to the darker
nice
green.
blend.
Yeah. There's a lot of debris on this one, though.
But it's got some nice shaped leaves.
Yeah. If it were cleaner, I would have to rate it really high. But just for the debris on it, it's a little dirty. 7.5.
Gonna be a 7.5 for me as well.
So this big, large boy right here,
You can call him an Italian too.
Bigga Luigi.
Great name. Points for that.
Awesome name.
Definitely lives up to it. You can see
Yeah.
the size of those leaves. They're
Right.
massive.
Voluminous, sexy curves going on here. I mean, this is a statement piece.
What more could you ask for in a hosta?
Maybe color-wise, it's not the best.
What
But
if we're talking about Luigi here?
Just
that staple
pure
green is his color.
volume, I mean, this is what you want to just show your dominance in the neighborhood. 8.5.
It's gonna be a 9 for me.
This right here is Whirlwind, and it's got so much contrast here. You got the white, light green in the middle. Stop focusing on my hand. And then you got darker edges, like a rainforest type green, I would say. But this will look nice in anyone's yard because you've got so many different colors.
The color change is a little aggressive for my taste. There could be a nicer fade. However, it is voluminous for its size. So that
Personally, I
makes up a
appreciate the
bit.
contrast. I would have to say this one's a 9 for me. I would
Oh.
put this in my yard.
This is a 7 for me.
See, this guy right here is Lemon Ice. And these colors, we just haven't seen them yet. I mean, you get that yellow, bright green, and it comes all the way to almost a white.
It gives it an illusion of being almost shiny.
Yeah. I mean, if this is what you want in your yard, if you got dark grass, dark trees all around, this will really give you a pop of color.
Something nice to brighten it up.
Yeah, I like this a lot, but it's just not very full. It's not very big of a plant. So that's going to take it down some points, but a 7.5
Yep.
with room for improvement. This little tiny boy is Cracker Crumbs, and I mean,
He's
Yeah.
cute.
he's tiny, he's cute. I mean, this is a good little ground cover one if you're not looking for something too big, and you've got nice colors here. So, I mean, for its size, it's a very nice hosta.
It's not a great statement piece, but it adds some like subtle color to your yard.
I mean, I give it a 7.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Brother Stefan. He's the host of the year for 2017. But I have to say, I don't know how it got that, because this texture is not something I'm a fan of. There's a lot of damage going on
Looks
here.
very lumpy.
Yeah.
And you can
It's-
see the bottom, those gross dead patches.
Yeah,
Not something
just-
I would
This
pick in a
is
hosta
not
of the
my
year.
taste right here.
Mm-mm.
But, I mean,
I suppose the flowers are nice.
yeah, I give it 3.
I give it a 3.
Here we've got Great Expectations. And it does not meet my expectations. Look how stupid and sparse and small it is. I mean, Pip would not approve of this. This one is Hosta of the Year 2011. It's called Praying Hands. And when you look at this, you really wouldn't think it's a hosta. It's kind of twisted. There's little skinny leaves. again, I'm not sure how this got Hosta of the Year. Maybe for the uniqueness, which
Mhm.
I can appreciate. So I'll give it an extra point for that, but really this is a 4 for me.
I respect the uniqueness, but it's not my type in Hosta. It will be a 3.5.
Here's called Whee!
Great name, may I say.
Yeah. I mean, look at the wavy leaves. You can kind of see it looks almost like a roller coaster. So that's probably where the name came from.
This Hosta just screams fun.
Right. Like, this is the kind of Hosta that you're going to have if you're the fun neighbor, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. I give it a 7.
I like it. Even more than that. I'm going to give it an 8.
Fever. I like this one, though.
Oh.
Look at that bright green with just a little bit of darker green margins. I think you even got 2 types of darker green. I mean, these leaves are spectacular. I feel like this is
Fair enough.
probably almost my ideal Hosta. I give it a 9.
I will also give it a 9.
So this one's June, just plain old June. And it was Hosta of the Year 2001. And you can see why. Look at this variety of colors.
You've got the light green in the middle, darker green on the outside, and it fades right into the nice blue.
I mean, how could you not want this in your yard? This will go perfectly in any yard.
Mhm.
This might be a 10 for me.
Oh yeah, that might have to be my 10 too.
And last but not least, we got Hosta of the Year 2016 Curly Fries.
Now while you can see that I have won,
Yeah.
look at those leaves, so unique.
I mean, you just see it. It looks like Portillo's fries. What more could you possibly want?
I will give it 9.5.
Easy 10. So those were our Hosta ratings. So I think our top one was June.
Of course.
I mean,
Best color scheme out
I
of
think
them
we're gonna
all.
need to buy some of those like right now.
Oh yeah.
But obviously, if you're looking to buy some hostas, I mean, how could you not be looking? They're
Perfect yard plant.
perfect yard plant.
Look
They-
good in any settings.
So
There's-
many options.
A Hosta for every house.
Yes, a hosta for every person.
A Hosta for every home.
Yes. You can have a house, but a hosta makes it home.
Of course.
So anyway, I hope you enjoyed our hosta ratings.
Of course.
Comment down below what your Hosta of the Year is. Check out your birth year, what your Hosta of the Year was. That's how you know your personality. Zodiac, Hosta of the
Hosta
Year,
of the Year.
that's where it's at. And then make sure to like and subscribe.
You're not
And
allowed to subscribe if you're not slug resistant though.
get me to 1 million subscribers by 8 p.m. tonight.
Nuts.
Let's go.